El Pollo Loco is jumping into the chicken tenders game? Let's peep this out. YouTube and social media, peep this out, guys. It's Ian K back again with another one for you. Rounding out this past week, guys, with yet another chicken review. And believe me, I've had a string of them this past week there. Starting off with the Chicken Littles from KFC, then going into Church's Big Box a few days ago. And now we're going to get a little crazier, taking a look at what I hope is going to be some pretty tasty chicken tenders. And crazy is the perfect way to label it, guys, because we're actually over here at the Crazy Chicken, aka El Pollo Loco. That's right, guys. I wanted to swing on by and take a look at their latest and greatest, because for a fast food chicken spot that specializes in fire-grilled citrus marinated chicken, this looks to be a pretty big deal for them. And it's funny because most places do offer chicken tenders on the menu in some shape or form, so it's ironic that a place that specializes in chicken hasn't had them until right now. So what's going to set these chicken tenders apart from the other guys, and are they going to have the flair of their fire-grilled citrus marinated chicken to begin with? Well, guys, before we take that first bite, let's do what we always do. Let's go in and peep this out.
El Pollo Loco's perfected the chicken tender.
El Pollo Loco claims they've perfected the chicken tender, guys. Let's find out with their 3-piece chicken tenders meal. And right off the bat, I do have to say the presentation is fairly decent on this one. We've got 3 of their classic tenders here, which are being described as Marinated All-White Meat Chicken, lightly breaded and seasoned and then dropped into the fryer to deliver a very delicious crisp. And in the size department, these are actually not too bad as well. Let me lift one of these up to show you guys here. Kind of a basic chicken tender, really nothing special in terms of the size here. It looks like we've got a fairly large one right here in the middle and a couple of these smaller ones right over here, but not too bad in terms of the presentation. I am liking the crispness of it. It definitely smells great in the car. And off to the side, we've got some of their fries, which I've actually never tried over here. It looks like they've got some of the skin on them as well. Lightly crispy, not too overly done, looking very potatoey. We've got a side of coleslaw. Again, not my super favorite, but again, as long as it's got a light mayo and this appears to be less creamy, I'm okay with that. It actually looks fairly decent as well. Very crisp in terms of the way the lettuce looks and the cabbage, a little bit of the carrots there. And you've got a side of honey mustard that I chose here. And there are definitely some other choices when it comes to dipping sauces that include barbecue and ranch, so I'm sure there'll be something there to tickle your fancy if you decide to give this one a go. But guys, here we go, the 3-piece chicken tenders over here at El Pollo Loco. Let's peep out this flavor.
Come try our new chicken tenders.
Yep, it sure is pretty decent presentation-wise. Let me start off with the coleslaw first and see how El Pollo Loco is working in that department. It's pretty decent. It's light, it's crisp, crunchy, not too sweet, doesn't have a lot of mayo, which I'm a fan of as well. Let's get into these fries real fast here. Standard French fry, guys, nothing too spectacular here, very lightly salted there. Let's give these a shot real quick. Yeah, just your standard French fry, a little crispness on the outside, potatoey on the inside. It's not really doing anything for me in the flavor department except to remind me that they're just okay French fries. But guys, the main event and the reason why we're here is to take a look at the brand new chicken tenders from El Pollo Loco. So let's get this going over here. Let me split this down the middle, give you guys a look on exactly how the white meat is on this here. And actually, it is a pretty decent piece of white meat. That is actually pretty nice. Let's give this a shot. The brand new chicken tenders over here at El Pollo Loco. All right, right off the bat, let me just say I really like the breading that are on these chicken tenders. It's a very nice seasoning, a very nice coating. It's cooked very well. And although the crispness is there and the crunch is very decent, the downside, however, is the star of the show itself, which should be that marinated white meat chicken on the inside. It is just super dry. Now, I know white meat is typically a drier type of meat to begin with, but I have definitely had white meat tenders in the past from others that are definitely a lot juicier than this, and this is very, very dry, and it's literally, these are just a few minutes old. It's just crazy how there was no real moisture in that first bite at all. The outer breading is great, it's just dry. All right, let's give it a try with some of the honey mustard. This is definitely gonna add some moisture to the whole package here, but let's try it just with this and see if this improves it slightly. That's really good. It definitely helps there. The sweetness is right on par. It's got a little bit of a bite, which I really like from the mustard portion of it there. And of course, you're getting a little bit of that honey hit as well. Really digging the flavor on this, and it really helps the overall package on these chicken tenders, as I'm hoping that it would. But it's kind of hard not to think that it's masking the initial dryness of what should have been a juicy tender to begin with. Let me split another one for you there so you guys can see there. Hopefully there's some moisture on your end because you're witnessing it first right now. I can already see there's really not a lot going on the inside of this in the moisture department, guys. A little on the dry side, but again, don't forget your sauces. You are easily going to need them with this, easily. Man, that's just a little disheartening. Like I said, I know white meat's a little bit of a drier meat to begin with there, but I've definitely had white meat in the past that has been a lot juicier than that. They could have done so much better initially, considering I just got these chicken tenders a few minutes ago. They're not very old at all. It shouldn't be that dry, and considering the crispness on the outside, they weren't really overcooked either. The coating is very good, the seasoning is good, and it works really well. It's just that the star of the show, the meat itself, should really complement that coating there with the overall richness and flavor, along with the juiciness that you expect from the chicken tender. And although the honey mustard sauce was pretty tasty, it absolutely shouldn't be necessary to give you the moisture that should have been there from the get-go. But that's just my opinion. All these chicken tenders really need is a little bit more juiciness, and I think they'd be a lot better than they were. And hey, the fries and the coleslaw are just okay as well. So on that bomb sexy for your face scale of 1 to 10, the chicken tenders over here at El Pollo Loco are gonna get a just above average 6.5 out of 10, guys. It's an okay package for what you get, but I do think it's just a tad too expensive for what you're getting here. The size of the chicken tenders are just decent, and considering it's just coleslaw and fries that it comes with there, for something close to $6, it's a little on the pricey side. I probably wouldn't go too much above $3.99 for something like this. So if you guys have been to El Pollo Loco recently and you've tried the all-new chicken tenders they've got going on over here, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of the quality of these when you got them there. Did you get them in the 3-piece, the 4-piece, or the 6-piece configuration? And if so, was it worth the money to you? And that's it for now, gang. This is Ian K closing out another episode of Peep This Out over here at El Pollo Loco today, guys, taking a look at their all-new chicken tenders. Not exactly perfected as far as I'm concerned, but it's a good start. Gang, if you haven't already, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Check me out over at peepthisout.reviews.com and keep in touch with me at all the addresses that you see right above me, because after all, this is Peep This Out, baby. You know how we do. We'll definitely talk to you next time. Stay frosty. Yep, definitely overpriced for 3 of those tenders, the fries and the coleslaw, guys. $5.79 is just a little much to ask for something like that, considering you can get a full-blown meal for like $5 elsewhere. Not a bad start for El Pollo Loco, but definitely some room for improvement. They can just get a little bit of moisture in these chicken tenders, they'd be a lot better. All right, guys, that's the end of what's turned out to be a bunch of chicken reviews here on Peep This Out this week, and until the next review, I'll talk to you soon.